Hey, I'm Chase, and this is All Things Round. Today, we're talking about 3 watches that make you look rich, but do not break the bank. Now today I have 3 watches on my desk. I have a Tisell, a Pagani design, and a Feice, all of which punch way above their weight class. All 3 range in different price points. We have the cheapest being around $80 on eBay, the mid-tier, which is the Tisell, which is around $300 to $400, and then you have the Feice, which is the far more expensive one at $600. So let's talk about each one of these watches and why they make you look rich without breaking the bank. Well, clearly each one of these watches is an homage to a more expensive watch. From the Pagani design being a Daytona homage, to the Tisell being an Explorer homage, to the Feice FM being an homage to a Richard Mille, which is a couple $100,000. So first, let's talk about the sleeper watch before we get into the very flamboyant watch. So the sleeper watch is going to, of course, be the Tisell EX9015. Now, it's a 9015 because of the Miyota movement inside. It is the correct movement for this watch. A lot of times, companies will cheap out. They'll use an NH35 or something similar, which has a date wheel, but as you can see on the face of this watch, there's no date. In fact, they use the correct movement, which is dateless. So one pull of the crown and it immediately goes into the time only function, and it also has hacking and hand winding. This thing offers 100 meters of water resistance. The Rolex Explorer is of course a sleeper watch. It is a tool watch, and this Tisell is no different. In fact, when it's on the wrist, it feels amazing, especially because it has a glide lock clasp style system that allows you to micro adjust on the fly. This means this watch will never not be comfortable on the wrist. And again, the Tisell comes in, around a few $100, depending on if you get it used or brand new. I know you can get it straight from Korea for just under $300, or you can get it from Tisell in Europe for just over $350, almost $400. Your choice. I bought mine used. I spent under $300. Now, I forgot to mention that 2 of 3 of these watches I'm gonna sell. I need to come up with some more funds because I want to increase the productivity of this channel. I want to do better photography, so I'm going to buy a photography drone. And to do that, I want to get rid of some of these watches that I love, but I just need to get rid of. So at the end of the video, I'll tell you exactly what I'm selling, and I'll leave a link down below to my eBay account if you guys are interested. The next one is going to be the Pagani design homage to the Daytona. Now this watch is by far the cheapest watch out of all of them, coming in at under $100 if you buy it straight from China on eBay. Now you can also go to AliExpress. I bought mine on eBay. It took about 2 months to get to my house, but it was like $85. Now this watch punches far above any of the other watches on my desk today. It has a ceramic bezel, a sapphire crystal, and a Seiko VK Mecha Quartz movement inside of it. Now, the thing about this watch that makes it seem so impressive and so well regarded on the wrist, especially depends on the situation you're in, is the fact that it does have a ceramic bezel, which gives it a nice shine and sheen, and it has a polished center link, which is contrasting to the brushed outer link. That gives it a nice pop on the wrist. The brushed link makes it seem like it can be styled down, whereas the center polished link makes it seem like it can be more styled up. A lot of dress watches are high polished. They're not going to be brushed, and this thing is right in between. The fact that they offer ceramic with a VK Mecha Quartz and a sapphire crystal on it means this thing's going to be absolutely durable. It does have screw down pushers, and the VK Mecha Quartz movement allows that initial timing hand in the center to tick at 5 ticks a second, so it gives you the illusion that it's an automatic watch without having to worry about keeping it wound. In fact, the batteries in these last sometimes 2 to 3 years. Now, last on the list, and seemingly the most impressive, is going to be the Feice FM. Now, this watch I did a review on. I'll leave it right up here. This thing really punches far above its weight class. Yeah, $600 is a little pricey to pay for a watch, especially if you're not sure if you're gonna like it. However, let me just tell you what this watch comes with. It comes with 2 sapphire crystals, one on the top, one on the back display case. The entire case is made of 90% pure carbon fiber, so it's extremely light. And this thing is an automatic movement. Now it has an NH05, which is an extremely small automatic movement, and it hides behind 2 sort of faux center plates that are on the face and on the back. So it gives you the illusion there's more, of a mechanical timepiece in the watch as opposed to the tiny, undecorated automatic movement that hides in between them. Now this thing is actually pretty amazing, and I thought that I wouldn't like it in the beginning, but it has an awesome presence on the wrist. And not only is it made of carbon fiber, not only does it look like a watch that's $200,000 to $300,000, being only $600, but it just feels very comfortable on the wrist. And I will tell you this, it really does make me feel like I have a lot of money when I'm wearing this watch. Now, maybe you are someone who doesn't want to feel like their watch is more expensive. They just want to wear what they like. Absolutely, I 100% agree. In fact, I did a video where I said there's a case for the homage watch. Why? Perhaps you should buy the homage before pull the trigger and buy the real thing. An example would be the Daytona. If you're like, hey, I really want a Rolex Daytona, they're really hard to find, and the premiums are like $13,000 to $15,000. If I find a used one, well, it's gonna be a little difficult if I spend that money and I get it, and all that excitement of getting it really is just a letdown. And after the honeymoon of wearing it has worn off and you find that you don't like it, well, you just spent a lot of money. Yeah, you can recover most of that money if you buy high-end watches. However, there are some watches that you can't recover that money. So I always recommend getting an homage first, wearing it, putting it on your wrist, and determining whether or not you like it. So what are the watches I'm gonna get rid of? Well, again, link down below to my eBay account if you guys are interested. I am getting rid of the Pagani Design Daytona. I really don't wear this at all anymore. It's not because I don't like it, it's simply because I have other watches in my rotation that I'm wearing at the time. The next one that I'm gonna get rid of is gonna be the Feice. Now, I have worn this thing quite a bit, and honestly, this thing is held up. There's nothing, there's no scratches, there's nothing. The band looks amazing. In fact, it nearly looks brand new. One of the things that I found about this watch is that, again, like I said, it makes me feel like I have a lot of money. But I have an Aventi A10 tourbillon coming, and that is going to be my large presence watch, so I don't really need this. I wanted to get this video done so that I can post this to sell it. It's going to be at least half as much as I paid for it, if you guys are interested. And I did say 2 watches, but I am actually going to get rid of a 3rd watch, and I really didn't want to get rid of it because this has more of a nostalgia of it, but I really want to get something a little bit better, and that is going to be my undone Snoopy Aces Apollo 10. It does say Apollo 10 on it, or Apollo X. That is something I personalize myself on it because if you know anything about the space program, the actual Snoopy and Charlie Brown, originally the first ones were on the Apollo 10, and, well, this says Apollo 10. Really didn't want to get rid of it. However, I really find myself not wearing this at all, and the emotional connection I had to it is basically faded off and gone. So I'm going to be selling this as well. If you guys are interested, link down below. I'm going to be getting rid of probably half of my watch collection, so keep that in mind as you guys are watching me review watches. Just keep checking in on that eBay link if you guys are interested in possibly purchasing them for yourself. Now, I have considered creating a website and my own shop. I just don't have time to do it. I'm busy with a full-time job, a family of 5, and honestly, there's just not much time to dedicate into that. However, I am upgrading my channel. My goal for the end of the year is to make this far more professional than what it is now. Keep a lookout. I'm also going to be doing reviews on camera and YouTube stuff. Anybody who has watched my YouTube videos in the past or has gone to my YouTube channel will see that there's actually a YouTube playlist that I have where I deal with things like cameras, cell phone cases for underwater photography. There's going to be a tripod. There's going to be a 3-axis gimbal for your cell phone. There's also going to be a Mavic Mini 2 review that's coming up on that, and there's going to be a lot more stuff. If you guys are just starting out on YouTube, this is the all things random, the randomness of my channel. I love watches. However, I'm also here to try to help you and give you information if you want to be sitting where I am right now. Some of the things that I've used, some of the things that I've reviewed that has helped me start this channel and grow it to where it is today. Now, if you find that interesting, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see on this channel. I have a lot of videos coming up in the future. In fact, today I'm doing 3 videos so that I can release them basically every 2 days until I leave for Hawaii. You guys deserve more content than what I'm putting out. So hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified when I drop that next video. Until next time.